Welcome to Mega Talk, and still the talk show in boxing. The press conference between Sonny Edwards versus Jessie Bam Rodriguez happened not too long ago, and have you ever heard that saying when it says never wake a lion up when he's sleeping? It looks like it was a typical example of that happening. Rodriguez, he made a certain statements against Sonny, saying that Sonny's been really quiet in the press conferences. He haven't really says nothing. It's like he's scared. He's this and he's that. What I mean. He knows that I'm a better fighter. All the kind of usual things that will be says at these press conferences. And he says the reason why he's saying because Sonny doesn't know who he is. And he really went to work on Sonny, and I'm thinking, really? Do you really want to wake the lion up? And what did he do? He woke the lion up. Sonny absolutely went in there with all guns blazing. He was quick fired and he would not stop. He was dissing Rodriguez's brother for being a drugs cheat. He was dissing him and saying something about the fight that they should have had, and it didn't happen because of drugs. And he was going on and saying that, well, you've learnt from the best. I don't know if he was referring to Rodriguez's brother or he was also referring to his nutrition, saying that his nutritionist was the best drug cheat. Oh, it was absolutely going on and on relentlessly. And then when Rodriguez didn't really say anything, that's when he just went on and says, look, you don't even deny it. He says, I've says all these things and you're not even denying what I'm saying. That's even more proof that you're guilty. And he just went on and on and on. He started to mention about the shorts, what Rodriguez was wearing, and he says, I couldn't quite hear what he was saying, but he's saying, he had snack on there, SNAC? And I'm not too sure what it stands for, guys. Don't hold me to ransom on that. I don't know what it stands for, but he says that represented a drug cheat, and it was a code that you was taking drugs, and he just carried on going in and in and in and in and would not stop. They asked him, he says, will you knock him out? He says, I will win. He says, it depends on me whether or not I will win. And he carried on, and Rodriguez didn't really say that much. They came back to him and he just says, I will win. And he says, yes, he has got the ability to knock Sonny out. Sonny was just laughing and smiling and whatever. Then it came to the stare down. Now, last week, if you had watched the Devon Haney victory, I thought that was the longest stare down I've ever seen. But this one here, if that one was the longest, this one either rivals it or beats it. The stare down went on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Eddie Hearn tried to split them for a little while, but they won't split. When you put your hand in front of the eyes, Sonny just put his head down and lifted his head back up to say, nah, this hasn't finished. And they carried on and on and on and on until they started exchanging a few words, and that stare down just went on and on. Sonny was going on about Rodriguez's weight. He's saying that you ain't going to be able to make the weight. He's talking about you go and get the scales. And if you get the scales right now, we'll know that you ain't going to be able to make the weight. You're going to have to put on a sweatsuit and boil yourself down to weight. Yeah. I don't know, guys. This one here to me is seeming more appealing to me. Rodriguez is a very heavy-handed puncher. People say that he's the best in the division, so it doesn't really matter what Sonny says. It's going to be an absolute war. And Sonny's more of a boxer. Sonny proclaims that he can knock people out, but he's more of a boxer. And if it comes down to a good boxer and a good fighter, more or less, if the boxer can stay out of trouble, I won't be surprised if Sonny wins this one. But bad intention, absolutely. But this one, once again, guys, is for the Unified Championship. This one is going to be IBF title holder in Sonny Edwards versus the WBO fighter in Rodriguez. And I'm telling you now, this one is going to be a good one. This one I don't want to miss. Remember, this one is going to be on the Zone. And once again, this one is for the World Flyweight Championship, WBO and the IBF titles. Thank you for listening to Mega Talk.